Linux just beat Windows at its own game. And that might sound unbelievable at first because for decades, Windows has dominated the desktop world with a reputation built on compatibility, ease of use, and massive software support. But something has shifted in a way that even long-time Windows users are starting to notice. And it's not just about performance anymore, it's about experience, control, speed, and a completely different philosophy of computing that is suddenly becoming more attractive than what Microsoft has been offering for years. And the most surprising part is that Linux didn't just improve in one area. It quietly evolved across multiple fronts until it reached a point where it can genuinely compete with, and in some cases outperform Windows in the areas where Windows used to be untouchable. And that's why this moment feels different. Not like another Linux is getting better story, but more like a turning point where the balance of power is starting to shift. For a long time, one of the biggest reasons people stuck with Windows was software compatibility, especially for gaming and professional tools, because no matter how good Linux looked or how fast it ran, if it couldn't run your favorite games or essential applications, then it simply wasn't a realistic option for most people. And this is where Linux has made one of its most impressive moves. Because thanks to compatibility layers like Proton and technologies built on top of Wine, Linux has essentially rewritten the rules of gaming on PC, making it possible to run a huge portion of Windows games with little to no effort, and in many cases those games run just as well or even better than they do on Windows, which is something that would have sounded ridiculous just a few years ago. But now it's becoming normal, and platforms like Steam have played a huge role in this shift by investing heavily in making Linux gaming viable, especially with the success of devices like the Steam Deck, which runs on a Linux-based operating system and has shown millions of users that you don't need Windows to enjoy a modern gaming experience. But gaming is just one part of the story because performance is another area where Linux is starting to outshine Windows in ways that are hard to ignore, especially when it comes to efficiency and system responsiveness, because Linux distributions are known for being lightweight and customizable, allowing users to strip away unnecessary components and run only what they actually need, which results in faster boot times, smoother multitasking, and better overall performance, even on older hardware. And this is where Linux has quietly beaten Windows at its own game, because Windows has always been seen as the more polished and optimized system for general users. But in reality, it has become increasingly bloated over time with background services, telemetry, and features that many users don't even use. And this extra weight can slow down systems and reduce efficiency, especially on lower-end machines, whereas Linux can be tailored to run efficiently on almost anything, from powerful desktops to very modest hardware, giving it a level of flexibility that Windows simply can't match. Another major factor in this shift is control, because Linux gives users a level of control over their system that Windows has gradually taken away. Especially in recent versions where updates are more aggressive, settings are more locked down, and the operating system feels more like a service than a tool. And this has frustrated many users who feel like they no longer fully own their own computers. Whereas Linux offers the opposite experience, where users have complete control over updates, system behavior, and even the core components of the operating system, and this level of freedom is becoming increasingly appealing in a world where privacy and user autonomy are becoming more important concerns, especially as more people become aware of how much data modern operating systems can collect and how little control they have over it on platforms like Windows. And then there's the user experience, which has traditionally been one of Windows' strongest advantages, because for a long time Linux was seen as complicated and unfriendly to beginners, requiring command line knowledge and a lot of manual configuration. But that perception is rapidly becoming outdated because modern Linux distributions have made huge strides in usability, offering polished desktop environments, intuitive interfaces, and installation processes that are often just as simple as Windows, if not simpler in some cases. And distributions like Ubuntu, Linux Mint, and others have focused heavily on making Linux accessible to new users, reducing the learning curve and providing a smooth, out-of-the-box experience that can rival what Windows offers. And when you combine that with the performance and flexibility advantages, it becomes clear why more people are starting to take Linux seriously as a daily driver. What makes this even more interesting is how quickly this shift is happening, because for years Linux was improving steadily but slowly, gaining ground in servers, development environments, and niche use cases. But now it's starting to break into the mainstream in a way that feels much more visible. And part of that is due to changing user expectations. Because people are starting to question the trade-offs they've been accepting with Windows, whether it's forced updates, increasing system requirements, or concerns about privacy and data collection, and Linux offers a compelling alternative that addresses many of these issues while also delivering strong performance and compatibility. Which is why it feels like Linux has finally reached a tipping point where it's not just an alternative anymore, but a legitimate competitor that can stand on equal footing with Windows in many scenarios. Of course, this doesn't mean that Linux has completely replaced Windows or that it's the perfect solution for everyone, because there are still areas where Windows maintains an advantage, particularly in certain professional software ecosystems and specific hardware support. But the gap is closing, and in some areas it has already disappeared, and that's what makes this moment so significant, because for the first time it feels like the choice between Linux and Windows is not about compromise but about preference, and that's a huge shift from where things used to be. Because now users can choose Linux, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to. And that's a level of competitiveness that Linux hasn't had before in the desktop space. Another key element in this story is the role of open source development. Because one of Linux's greatest strengths is the community that supports it, constantly improving the system, fixing bugs, and adding new features at a pace that is often faster than traditional proprietary development models. And this collaborative approach allows Linux to adapt quickly to new technologies and user needs, which is one of the reasons it has been able to close the gap with Windows so effectively, and in some cases even move ahead. Because when thousands of developers around the world are working on improving an operating system, the potential for innovation becomes incredibly powerful, and that's something that proprietary systems like Windows can struggle to match. Especially when they have to balance business interests, legacy support, and a wide range of competing priorities. And then there's the hardware side of things, which has also played a role in this shift, because more manufacturers are starting to support Linux directly, either by providing drivers or even shipping devices with Linux pre-installed, and this is helping to remove one of the biggest barriers to entry for new users. Because hardware compatibility has traditionally been one of the weaker points of Linux. But that is changing as the ecosystem grows and more companies recognize the value of supporting an open platform. And as this trend continues, it will become even easier for users to adopt Linux without worrying about whether their hardware will work properly, which further strengthens its position as a viable alternative to Windows. At the same time, the rise of cloud computing and web-based applications is also reducing the importance of traditional desktop software, which has historically been one of Windows' biggest advantages, because if more of the tools people use are accessible through a web browser, then the underlying operating system becomes less critical. And this levels the playing field in a way that benefits Linux, because it allows users to switch without losing access to essential tools. And when you combine that with the improvements in compatibility layers for running Windows applications, it becomes clear that the barriers to switching are lower than ever before, making it easier for users to make the jump. What's really fascinating about all of this is that Linux didn't achieve this by trying to become Windows, but by doubling down on what makes it unique, focusing on flexibility, transparency, and user control, and then gradually improving the areas where it was lacking until it could compete on equal terms. And that strategy is now paying off in a big way, because it has created an operating system that offers a fundamentally different experience while still meeting the practical needs of most users. And that combination is what makes Linux so compelling right now, because it's not just about matching Windows feature for feature, it's about offering something better in key areas that matter more to modern users. And this is why the idea that Linux has beaten Windows at its own game doesn't feel like an exaggeration anymore. Because if Windows' game was to provide a reliable, user-friendly, high-performance operating system with broad compatibility, then Linux is now doing all of those things, and in some cases doing them better, especially when it comes to efficiency, control, and adaptability. And while Windows still has its strengths, it's no longer the uncontested leader in the desktop space, because Linux has proven that it can compete and even surpass Windows in areas that used to define its dominance. Looking ahead, it's going to be very interesting to see how this competition evolves. Because increased competition often leads to better products for users, and Microsoft is unlikely to ignore these changes, which means we could see improvements in Windows as a response to the growing pressure from Linux. And that would ultimately benefit everyone, but at the same time, Linux will continue to evolve as well, driven by its community and the increasing interest from both individual users and organizations, which means this is not a static situation but an ongoing shift that could reshape the future of personal computing. And for users, this moment represents an opportunity to rethink what they want from their operating system. Because the assumptions that have guided those decisions for years are no longer as solid as they once were. And exploring Linux is no longer about stepping into a complicated or limited environment. It's about discovering a platform that has matured into something powerful, flexible, and surprisingly accessible, and that's why more people are starting to take that step. Not because they're forced to, but because they're curious, and once they see what Linux can offer, many of them are choosing to stay. So when you hear that Linux just beat Windows at its own game, it's not just a catchy headline. It's a reflection of a deeper shift in the technology landscape, one that has been building for years but is only now becoming impossible to ignore. And whether you're a longtime Windows user, a Linux enthusiast, or someone who has never really thought about operating systems before, this is a moment worth paying attention to. Because it signals a change in what's possible and what users can expect from their computing experience, and in that sense, Linux hasn't just caught up to Windows, it has redefined the game in a way that could shape the future for years to come.